Welcome, everyone, to NBA basketball here on 2K Sports. Tonight, it's Noche Enabia, a celebration of the amazing Latin culture in this league and its fans all around the globe. A great tradition we get to enjoy. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines. And we've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for Isaiah Stewart.
We've seen him regress as a rebounder these past few seasons. His numbers have come down in that department, and I'd like to see him concentrate on bringing them back up. I'm sure the team would as well. You can never have enough rebounding.
And a look at the starters for the Pistons. Inside for him, it's Harris and Duran. Cunningham is out there with the great one, and it's Thompson in at the small forward position. And for Dallas, big men on the floor for him. It'll be Washington and Gafford. Klay Thompson is out there with Doncic, and it's Exum in at the 3 slot. And teams getting geared up, Greg, for the stretch run. Does that give you extra motivation as a player?
Oh, yes. Seeing that finish line can really help you out down the stretch. As a player, ending the year strong is key, whether you're in the playoff race or in the lottery.
To the middle. The great one with the bucket.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
And it's Exum with the ball, who will bring it up for the Mavericks. Their last meeting was in Detroit, where they were unable to fight off the Pistons.
Well, if they want to avoid the outcome of that first meeting, they'll need to be stronger on the glass. They were completely outmatched in the last one.
And sometimes that can be a motivating factor. May very well light a fire under them tonight. Nobody likes to be dominated on the glass like that.
And it's always nice to get the easy look inside for your first points of the game.
The Pistons on offense. And this is a team making history with every single win. They're coming into this game with 30 consecutive victories. That's right, 30.
Guys, I tell you what, they're playing some of the best basketball that I've ever seen. I mean, they look virtually unbeatable. The key now is they continue to try to strive for consistency, to be ready to handle whenever the next loss does come up. That's going to be the key, bouncing back when they do have somebody in this streak.
We've played just over a minute here in the first. Looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Here's the great one. Harris kicks to Cunningham. To the inside. Here's the great one. And he tries off the glass. And here's Doncic from the arc. Rebound, Detroit.
You know, right now they're just 1 for 5. Rough start so far.
Down low. And you know, Clark, you look at the switch the Mavericks hit last year. This is a team that has certainly bought in.
It's pretty clear, Kevin. They believe in their coach, and they know they can make it to the finals now. They look to empower one another. They play as more than the sum of their parts, that's for sure. A well-oiled, cohesive group.
That free throw, no good.
Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. And that trip coming up empty, missing both. But we were just talking, P.J. Washington has improved his defense, hasn't he?
He really has been intentional about getting better at that end of the floor. And, you know, he always had a good foundation for potentially being an outstanding defender, but then he put the work in. You know, he does a great job with his positioning. He's got excellent positional size, and because of all of that in his work, he's a versatile defender now that can make an impact at that end of the floor.
Dallas has gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. On the wing, Doncic. To the paint. Here's Thompson. It's blocked. Takes it inside.
For a good passer at his position, Harris knows when to look for his teammates.
Just over 2.5 minutes. Kid is called timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about. And a fixture of Mavericks games for years. Team governor, Mark Cuban.
And since buying the team in the late 90s, Cuban has really changed how we view running a team. Very involved, bringing the Mavs their first title back in 2011. Cuban's the most passionate fan in this arena. He lives with each trip down the floor.
Thompson outside. Inside, stolen by Thompson. Now Detroit moving it up. Oh! And he dunks it down.
Absolutely locks down on the defensive end. Thompson creating offense now with that defense.
And on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you can see how impressive that move was. Now here's Exum. Back to Doncic. Three-pointer. Drills the three-pointer.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Tries from 10. Out to Harris. To the wing on the left. Tries again. And the bucket is good. Coming on the layup that time from the great one.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
Here's Doncic after the made shot from the great one. Gafford passes to Washington. That shot off. Some solid defense from Harris. And it drops once again. The bucket from the great one. And that's 12 points for the great one. And here are the Mavericks now. They trail by 7. Doncic kicks to Exum. Pass to Thompson. From deep. Duran pulls it in. Duran's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Cunningham with it. Hasn't made one yet. Here's the great one. Off target with the free throw line, Jay.
Tell you what, that is a missed opportunity from mid-range for sure. With as little defense as was shown, should have made that one.
Doncic with the bucket.
You cannot give Luka any space out beyond the arc because he'll make you pay every time.
Pass to the great one. Here's the great one. A three-pointer off the mark.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can count on him to continue missing.
Exum dishes to Doncic. Puts the move on, and Doncic throws it down.
Can't let Doncic get the positioning he seeks, or he'll dunk all over you.
And so it's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. Here's the great one. Detroit, no good that time either. The Mavericks have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the opening tip. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. The Mavericks shooting their first free throws here tonight.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
And that's a little better than they did last year from the free throw line. Shooting 2.
The first one falls. That misses, so he splits the free throws. The Pistons lead it. Here's the great one, and he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
And that's something Cunningham takes pride in. Sharp read with that pinpoint pass.
Here's Doncic. He's coming off an unbelievably high-scoring game. Washington kicks to Thompson. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. Pistons leading by 3. Makes that one fall. It's his 8th bucket in 15 shot attempts.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
And so here is Dallas. Thompson outside. Pass to Exum. A steal. Here's the great one. And he slams it one-handed.
Great awareness by Thompson, wanting to find his open teammates whenever he can.
Maverick shooting in this first quarter around 38%. They're looking a bit creaky out there. Thompson passes to Washington. Thompson the bounce pass. Washington, 5 to shoot, to the paint. Here's Thompson. Second shot opportunity. Duran pulls it in.
It has not been his game so far. I mean, he's trying his best, giving great effort, but little has gone his way.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
You're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Here's Doncic, following the bucket by the Pistons. And they get it. Rebounded by the Pistons. Duran's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Thompson passes to the great, and he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
And, you know, when you've got a chance to put a team away early, you got to take it.
And we've got a timeout called by Jason Kidd. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Doncic. Stewart's checked in for Detroit. Ivy comes in for Cade Cunningham. Here's Gafford. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Pacers in Indianapolis.
Yeah, but I like how he defended as well. You know, he got a couple blocks in that game and just an all-around great effort. They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
Mavericks trail by 13. Dinwiddie outside. They could use a bucket. It's hauled in by Harris. Harris has got 4 rebounds in this game. Tobias Harris-Clark has played over a dozen years in the NBA, and he is still a solid third option.
He really is, and he only played 1 year in college, and yet has been steady and consistent. He might not be the most efficient scorer, but he still does a lot of good things when he's on the floor, and he does them at both ends of the floor.
And the Mavericks with possession here after the basket by Detroit. And here's Washington outside. That ball's nice feed that time from Dinwiddie.
Well, he's a stretch forward now with a dangerous outside shot. Washington loves letting that one fly from there.
Ivy passes to the great one. Beyond the arc. Gets the three-pointer to fall. The great one's got 27.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Now, here's Exum. Still without a basket. Clock at 4. Thompson with the rebound. For the Detroit Pistons, they won their last contest, that game against the Heat in Miami.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, they just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
Well, you know, the cohesiveness was evident out there. These guys feel like they can win in any arena, and they proved it that game.
Thompson. Tough night continues. Shooting a woeful 1 for 9. Here's Harris. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Pistons lead by 17.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
Thompson outside. And it's Thompson again missing.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it. They're tearing it up on the glass.
And he's really been working to get those looks, and it's starting to pay off here early on.
2 minutes remaining.
Thompson outside. Shot to stop the run, and good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Thompson's got his second bucket of the night.
Even though he does most of his damage along the perimeter, Thompson can also dial it up inside. At the offensive end, he's been assertive and efficient, guys. A big reason why they hold this lead right now.
1:41 left to play in the first. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, thanks. The Mavericks at last season's trade deadline added length by acquiring Daniel Gafford and P.J. Washington. Coach Jason Kidd says they help on both ends. Gafford has the ability to roll, has great hands. P.J. can put the ball on the floor and guard 1 through 5. And then defensively, they both bring physicality. Kevin?
David, there is an argument to be made. That was one of the best trades at midseason this league has seen in a very long time. Wasted no time on that one. And that's now 35 points for the great one.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
And so it's Dinwiddie who brings up the ball for the Dallas Mavericks. Pass to Washington. Wants to get it to Gafford and does. Over Stewart. Rebound by the Pistons. Here's the great one. And that one off the back of the rim and in. The great one's got 37. 46 seconds left in the first quarter. Now, here's Dinwiddie. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. And it's Washington missing.
Usually, guys, he's going to knock that one down from there. Proficient at operating in that medium range area.
Oh, that's offensive interference. And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Derek Lively, he's checked in for Daniel Gafford. Najee Marshall comes in for P.J. Washington. Quentin Grimes is checked in for X. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Thompson. Simone Fontecchio, he's checked in for the Pistons. Marshall passes to Dinwiddie. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And, guys,
and good there.
In an NBA season, what a year.
Wow, he has brought it every night, and nobody seems to have the answer for him.
And he's tied, Wilt, with 52 games of 40 points or more. Just saying that out loud, I still don't believe it's been matched, but that's the kind of year he's had.
And so it's Detroit, ahead by 26 points as we get ready for the break. The three-point shooting has come fast and furious to the tune of what has become a big-time blowout in progress. Back right after this. Buenas noches, basketball fans. It's Let Night here on 2K Sports. And you might have noticed the custom jerseys worn by the players. All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Pistons.
And, guys, I love the movement. Doing a great job of just getting the ball on a string, creating some opportunities.
But how about their scoring in transition as well? That's been a big factor to this point. Are those high tops or track shoes these guys are wearing? My goodness.
We've got Derek Lively, Spencer Dinwiddie out there with Doncic, and it's Marshall in at the four-man position. So that's who Dallas starts the second with. Lively finds Dinwiddie. Clock at 6. Detroit with the rebound.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Greg, every year, injuries are a huge factor in shaping the title race. And I'm guessing that teams should probably put more of a premium on durability. What do you think?
Well, Kevin, I think all GMs take that into account. A team wants to be confident it'll have a stable roster over the course of a long season.
And that one is hammered home.
And, you know, guys, we've talked about Dinwiddie's height before. Boy, he does a good job using that height with these strong finishes.
Fontecchio passes to Stewart. To the middle. Looking for Ivy, and he gets it there. Nice D from Doncic.
That's exactly the look they wanted, guys. Right guy, right play, wrong result.
Happy to see that one go in. He's shooting 4 for 10 with that basket.
Nice work from Doncic. Doing a good job finding a way to get it done inside.
Drives to the hoop. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Ivy's got his first basket.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on it.
Dinwiddie for 3. Offensive rebound, Mavericks. Grimes misses the 3. The Pistons have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. It's rebounded by Dallas. Doncic has got 4 rebounds in this game. With some arc. Dinwiddie's shot is off. Detroit's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. And here's Ivy. 9 points last game. Pass to Cunningham. And it's Grimes with the rebound. Dallas has gone 0 of 3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Cunningham with some nice D.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Ivy with it. He's looking for Duren and finds him. The shot by Stewart with no one around. Offline with his three.
Had a tough time taking the lid off.
Grimes passes to Lively. And here's Doncic from the arc. Nailed from three-point land. Doncic has got 13.
It's first triple of the second quarter, third of the game.
Pass to Ivy. It's rebounded by Doncic. Doncic has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Over Ivy. And that one comes up a bit short. Pistons leading by 21. It's Cunningham with the drive. Denied for the third time. He's 0 for 3. And here's Doncic from the arc. Duren pulls it in. Duren's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Here's Ivy. He makes that one drop, only a second and 5 tries.
Oh, interior defense doesn't hold back against Ivy, but he just explodes right by them and gets it to go.
Now, Doncic. He's got 13. Uses the glass to finish the layup. He's got 15.
Even for Doncic, this is a big night in the scoring column, giving his fans their money's worth and then some.
Greg, you think about oversized point guards, and the gold standard has always been Magic Johnson. Now you look at Luka Doncic, and he's certainly big for that position.
Definitely some positive similarities, right? But the big difference is one of those guys has 5 rings, and that's not a knock on Doncic. This is a team sport, but Magic's ability to affect winning was right there with another MJ, Michael Jordan.
And they double up Doncic. Pass to Marshall. Launches it. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dinwiddie. Dinwiddie's got 3 assists tonight. Ivy with it. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Cunningham's shot is off.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Doncic against Ivy. Offensive rebound. The 3, Marshall. Can't get it to fall, and he's missed the second after making it. Both teams will make substitutions.
You're doing all right. We'll get them.
Out to Hardaway. Fires from deep. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Boy, that quick trigger mindset when Hardaway Jr. is firing away like this, you know he's feeling it.
And so Doncic will bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. They'll be off to Brooklyn for a meeting with the Nets after this one. That sets in motion a 4-game road trip for him.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
Pistons leading by 21. Here's the Great One. Lays it up off the glass. The Great One's got 42 in the game.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
Dallas shooting only 31%. Their offense really struggling to put possessions together. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. The Great One in that last game against the Heat was outstanding. He had an impressive number of points, and that was a season high for him in scoring. It was a night to remember, a mind-blowing effort, one that's going to be hard to repeat, but it's hard to bet against him. Kevin?
Yeah, David, in stretches, he was absolutely dominant. Greg, he'd love to match that performance tonight.
This team needs his contributions. When he's right, he makes winning plays time and time again.
For sure, and draws so much defensive attention that it opens up opportunities for others.
Detroit's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. And the basket by Harris.
Doesn't pass up an opportunity from there.
Here's Exum. Doncic outside. Back to Exum. Off with the layup. Detroit's gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark, shooting the three ball well. And it's the great one missing. Now the Mavericks with it. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
And sometimes it's a lot harder to get easy looks on the road, but they found ways to get their guys good looks.
And it was funny, the road arena didn't bother them at all. I mean, they locked in, focused, and executed, and got it done.
Detroit's gotten cold from deep in the second quarter, just 2 of 6 from long range. The great one with the bucket.
Well, he's filling it up right now, getting the shots he wants and delivering in a big way.
Now, here's Doncic. 17 points in the game. Washington sets the pick for Doncic. No good with the triple.
And even without that three ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Second chance shot, and he lays it up and in. Reed's got his first basket of the night.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And here's Exum. Pass to Doncic. Lets it go from deep. Rebound, Detroit. Harris has got his 6th rebound on the night. On the wing, Hardaway. He's defended by Exum. And Tim Hardaway Jr. for 3. Hardaway's got a pair of triples in the second now for Detroit.
Hardaway Jr. rises and fires with great confidence from there.
I'm coming.
Dallas shooting 36% in the second quarter. They really haven't found their rhythm yet offensively here. That doesn't go either for Doncic.
Here in the second quarter, he's been cold from distance. I think he may need to adjust his approach.
Knocks down the three ball.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive three balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
The Mavericks shooting only 31%. Their offense really struggling to put possessions together. Here's Doncic. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Doncic has got 19 points.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Stolen by Thompson. And it's the Mavericks on the break. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And then Washington with the dunk.
Nice timing on the alley-oop. I like when Washington teammates lob it his way. He knows what to do with it.
1:32 left to play here in the second quarter. Here's the great one. The Mavericks pull it in.
Boy, he really bungled that finish.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
And he's at 73% this year at the foul line. Adequate, but not spectacular.
So is Detroit, leading by a full 31 points at the end of the quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And we'll be right back after this.
Thanks for tuning in. Did you miss us? Before we discuss the game at hand, let's first check out the upcoming schedule.
Fairly easy stretch for them. Could even have some blowouts, allowing them to rest their stars a little bit.
That would be their best case scenario, but then again, best laid plans. And turning back to our first half, things going well, extremely well for the Pistons.
Man, this offense is in rhythm right now. They're moving the ball, moving without the ball. Everything looks exactly the way they drew it up.
Yeah, this one might already be over.
And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to the second half with the call by Kevin Harlan and the crew.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. It's been one outstanding game from the Great One.
Well, he was putting on a passing clinic in that first half, set up a lot of their mates.
And, you know, that's what delights him most. That's what he takes most pride in. He loves being the chief facilitator.
Here's Dallas and Detroit looking at who they've got. Thompson and Harris are their forwards. Great one out there with Cunningham. And it's Duren in at the 5, roaming the paint. Here's Exum. Duren pulls it in.
No excuses, none. I mean, with the defense non-existent, I mean, he has to connect from there.
And it's the Great One missing. And so here is Dallas. Now Exum. Doncic finds Gafford. It's hauled in by Harris. Harris has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Thompson passes to the Great One. And it's good, 2 points. The Great One's got 48.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And you know that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
And here's Doncic from the arc. Good on the triple. Doncic has got 22.
Don't know what you're thinking, but you got to get out on that or Luka gonna cook you.
Thompson outside. Here's the Great One. Non-stop scoring machine here. Good, that's another bucket.
My goodness, 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. Thompson outside. Pass to Gafford. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly from outside off the mark.
Far from an ideal start here. I mean, this half just 1 for 4 so far.
The Great One. It's rebounded by Dallas. Doncic has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Exum with it, working on Thompson, and Thompson kicks to Washington. Doncic feeling it out. And the 3 ball is good. Doncic has got 6 points in the quarter.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those 3-point attempts.
And those triples, they sure do add up quickly, don't they? I mean, they've got to make some kind of adjustment here. You know, so far he's been dominant this period, making the most of his opportunities.
Thompson outside, and it's Exum in the corner. Pass to Washington. The 15-footer, and it's wide right. It's off the rim.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
And the basket by Harris.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
Thompson with the bucket. Thompson's got 6.
Nice job creating for the easy deuce.
Here's the Great One. And another one falls. Amazing.
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA, really taking it to the opposition. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Now, here's Thompson. Tight defense on him. Cunningham against Doncic. 6 on the shot clock. That shot is off. Cunningham with some nice D.
And what strikes me about Cade Cunningham is he's still growing. He's still capable of doing more on the floor, and he has the work ethic and attitude to make those improvements and become a real factor on the floor.
And so it's Dallas with it. Doncic passes to Thompson. Exum kicks to Washington. Off the mark there with the...
Absolutely dominant.
And he just keeps on going. He's got more points than anybody else out there.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket. And you could tell he thought that...
His athleticism is really off the charts. Love seeing Thompson punching home like that.
On our AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you just saw an explosive highlight. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Pass to Thompson. They need this. Thompson with the rebound. Thompson's got 6 rebounds in the game.
He's been ice cold tonight. And, you know, you look at the scoreboard, guys, they really could have used his contributions.
Dallas has gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. Dallas moving the ball around. Back to Doncic. Rebound, Detroit. Duran's got 14, yep, 14 rebounds for him tonight. Wow. Yep, that one goes in there. And it's 6 points now in the game from Ausar Thompson.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
So it's the Mavericks now. Doncic kicks to Exum. Doncic outside. Here's the 3. Good on the three-point shot. Doncic has got 9 points in the quarter.
He made 3 triples in the first half, 3 more since then. I tell you what, you can't shake your head at that.
The kick out to Cunningham. Here's the great one. The three-pointer, no good.
He's really slowed down a bit here in the second half. He hasn't converted a 3 yet after the tremendous first half he had.
Thompson passes to Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
It always seems like Doncic is playing with something to prove. Well, I'll tell you what, he's proving plenty tonight.
The Pistons shooting 61%, showing all the indications of an offense that is locked in.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Tries from 10, and it's Dallas with another.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, D.A.?
Kevin, Jalen Duren, a physical specimen, is improving the finer points of his game, including his vision. He said, I feel like I've always been a good passer. I've developed more of that as my young career has gone on, understanding the league better and how to win. Kevin?
Yeah, D.A., you know, it takes time, but nice to see his development. Thompson misses. Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. The great one. Another one goes. Incredible. 60 points. This guy cannot be stopped.
They've had no answer for him in this one.
Doncic finds Washington. Doncic against Cunningham. Now, here's Doncic. He's guarded closely, and it's Dallas with another.
He has definitely shown up to play. He's done his part, really just trying to battle his team back into it.
The offensive rebound, the second chance effort. Good, he hits again. That's 62 points, 62.
Amazing, a remarkable performance from him so far.
Here's Washington. Detroit with the rebound. Out in his own on the break. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
Boy, terrific play there. I thought even with all the contact, he still was going to get that shot to go down. Shooting 2.
first free throw is good. Dallas making a switch here. Marshall's checked in. So Detroit going with an almost entire new group here. Stewart checked in for Jalen Duren. Fontecchio's coming in for Harris. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Thompson. And Ivy's subbed in for Cunningham. Both free throws good from the great one. Dallas shooting 39% from the floor since the half. Not really what they had in mind. The shot by Thompson, no good. Now the Pistons with it. And he drives in. The great one with the bucket.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
And here are the Mavericks now. Pass to Marshall. Down low. And it's Thompson with the jam.
An impressive athlete. I like seeing Thompson take it inside and drop the hammer.
Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Here's the great one. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And here's Exum. Shoots over Fontecchio. Exum's shot is off.
You know, you'd like to see a little more effort there defensively, but maybe they wanted him to take that shot, baited him into it.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Dallas. Thompson outside. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Puts up a 3. Rebound by the Pistons. Here's the great one. What an incredible scoring display he has put on tonight.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
And here's Doncic from the arc. And it's the great one with the rebound. And it's Detroit's ball. They're on a 17-4 run. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Gafford with the steal. To the inside. Here's Marshall. It's hauled in by Stewart. Stewart's got his 6th rebound on the night. Down low. It's tipped. Doncic with the steal. And they're pushing it up. And the dunk by Doncic.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
To the middle. The great one passes to Stewart. And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. Here's Exum. The rebound by Ivy. The Pistons shooting a superb 63% from the field. Here's the great one. Great touch on the 16-footer.
Guys, this has been an incredible performance this quarter. I mean, he's getting the ball where he likes it and wants it and just going to work.
Gafford kicks to Thompson. Off target from outside. Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Out to Hardaway from downtown. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
Yeah, I'd be confident, too. As a matter of fact, I mean, if you're stacking up threes the way he is, I mean, he's doing all his work from behind the arc.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
The great one passes to Fontecchio. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle at their offensive end.
Here's the great one. Up in time. Oh, and he nails it just in time.
One eye on the rim, one on the clock. What a play.
An ideal way to end the quarter with momentum on your side.
And so is Detroit, enjoying the kind of gigantic lead you almost never see. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story. And how about a look now at our assist to the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And what? Checked in for Dallas. The great ones checked in for Detroit. And the Mavericks with possession. They're on an 11-3 run right now. We've got Spencer Dinwiddie. He's out there with Doncic. Dante Exum is out there with Derek Lively. And it's Marshall in at the 4. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks.
Dinwiddie can hit defenders with floaters and a lot more. He's got a full arsenal and showing you that offensive creativity there.
The Pistons have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Here's the great one. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
First personal foul.
Regarding court layout, Clark, do you think there should be more space around the court to reduce collisions?
Yeah, part of me would say that makes a lot of sense and would be prudent. I mean, you've got to balance that with access to fans who want to be for those premium seats as close to the action as possible. But it is difficult when you see a fan collide with the players. So I think you balance it. I would like to see a little more room, give the fans the experience and access, but maybe create a little more cushion between the playing surface and those high-priced seats. You know, defensively, you just can't afford to give him that much room. They're fortunate that he missed that one.
Looking for Fontecchio and gets it there. Launches a 3. Vincent misses.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
Doncic with it. Taking on Fontecchio.
I mean, he is tearing the defense apart. And let's face it, they have not brought their A game on that side of the ball.
It was the exact same kind of offensive showcase for him in their last game, too. When it happens this often, that's not a pattern. That's a characteristic. Guys, it's a one-man show out there. I mean, he looks like he's willing to handle all of the offensive duties for his team.
Up top, Lively. Back to Dinwiddie. Pass to Doncic. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dinwiddie. Dinwiddie's got 4 assists in the game. So it's the Pistons now. Here's the great one. It's rebounded by Dallas. Lively's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Now, here's Marshall. Drops in the tray.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
And it's the great one missing.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
And finished off by Lively.
Climbing the ladder, going upstairs. Lively, he doesn't have to go far to flush it.
The Pistons have gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the third. Pretty cold down the stretch. Here's the great one. It's good from the top of the key. The great one's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, he's been doing it all night. Why not go back to it?
And no let up in him either, guys. I mean, he wants to continue to expand that lead, and as long as he's the one taking the shots, that lead's going to expand.
Lively. No good from outside. The Pistons have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. A nice shot by Reed. Dallas has gone 4 of 7 with the long ball here in the fourth quarter. And the dunk by Doncic.
And, you know, you look at Doncic for a forward, this guy handles the ball extremely well. He's terrific at creating for himself off the dribble.
For Detroit, they've gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. Another bucket! Wow!
81 on the night, channeling his inner Mamba right now.
There is no slowing this guy down. He is on fire. Here's Dinwiddie. Now for over a decade, Clark, we've been in the player empowerment era. And it's generally been, I think, a positive for the NBA.
Yeah, I can't agree with you more in that regard. The players are the drivers of the league. They're the personalities. They're the visibility. They're the doers, the talented performers of a league that entertains globally. So they deserved more money and influence, and I think they've gotten both. Now, there are a few players that have kind of exploited that in a way that I don't think is most healthy by forcing trades, but I think it's a good thing overall.
And he's really made the most of his opportunities today. I mean, he needs to keep working for those kinds of looks.
With the step back, Doncic. They get it back. And Doncic throws it down.
When he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
And, you know, those second-chance opportunities can be game changers. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does.
Oh, Kev, he put some anger behind that one.
You're telling me.
Treated the rim like it stole something from it.
And it's Exum with the ball, who will bring it up for Dallas. Doncic outside. This one for 3. Detroit with the rebound. Here's the great one. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
And guys, I think it's exactly the right thing to do with the lead. Keep going at defenders and find a way to get yourself to the line.
A different look for Dallas. Daniel Gafford's checked in for Derek Lively. P.J. Washington comes in for Najee Marshall. And it's Klay Thompson in for Dinwiddie. That one is no good.
Boy, is he really getting after it here in the second half, just drawing a ton of fouls.
Thompson passes to Gafford. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Clark, some people have claimed there is too much talent now in this NBA and not enough teams.
Interesting point. I don't know if I fully agree with it. Clearly, talent has always been the driver in the league. I think because the league is generally younger, that the talent is not as refined, so therefore you have a little disjointedness with teams. But the blend of talent into teamwork is still what the best teams do at a high level.
And that one falls for Gafford. Good on both. Here's the great one. Pass to Reed. Stolen by Exum. And now the fast break. Doncic with the ball. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. The Pistons have gone 8 of 14 from the floor here in the fourth quarter. Shot from 12. And it's the great one missing.
There wasn't much defensive resistance there, guys, but somehow he blew it anyway. Missed opportunity.
Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Right at the free throw line. The Mavericks pull it in.
You know, the fact is he's not a lock from there, but he was open enough to where he should have hit that shot.
Nice shot by Thompson.
You know, sometimes you forget about how big Clay is as a guard. I mean, he can take a hit and still finish shots down low.
Here's the great one. Bounces high off the rim and drops.
Boy, you got to be in awe of what he's doing this quarter, actually destroying the opponent.
Doncic passes to Washington. Doncic with a screen for Washington. Buries the long-range jumper.
And after a rough first half, they're finally finding a nice groove here.
The 15-footer. And it's the great one missing.
Clearly the defense could have been better there, guys, but he also needs to convert that.
Doncic finds Gafford. Now, here's Exum. 5 on the clock. Dallas needs to get off a shot. And here's Doncic from the arc. For the 3. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Doncic has got 49 points in the game. And, well, Detroit shooting it well here in the fourth quarter. 50%. He got it again. Sensational.
90. A legendary performance.
We'll be talking about this one, Greg, for a long, long time. And it's Thompson with the jam.
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
Here's Vincent. Here's the great one. Connects again.
He just notched 92 points on that one.
Simply surreal. G.A., I'm not sure even he can believe what's going on right now. Exum deciding where to go with it. Pass to Doncic. Over Vincent. And it's Doncic missing. Pistons shooting a superb 63% from the field. Here's the great one. Nice D from Doncic. Thompson left side. And it's Fontecchio with the rebound. Here's the great one. Mavericks with the rebound. A minute 50 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Exum. Dallas, no good that time either. And so it's Detroit with the ball. Inside. The great one with the bucket.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
And so Doncic will bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Thompson outside. GA, what effect do you think the rule to limit flopping has had since it was put into place in the NBA?
Well, I do think we're seeing less theatrics. And there were fines before, but a flop now might impact the game itself. So I'd say it's been a bit of a deterrent.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Pistons.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And for the year now, they'll ramp up their win total to an even 40.
And with this win, it gives them a sweep of the season series, even though it's just a brief two-gamer.
I tell you what, no matter how brief it is, anytime you can get a season series sweep, you're happy.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for the Great One.
An unbelievable scoring performance. He absolutely took over and never let up.
And again, another basket good from the Great One.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
Back to Doncic. Thompson in the corner. Buries it from three-point range.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
Well, you know, that's exactly their plan here in the fourth. Work to find space behind the arc and then bury some threes.
Here's the Great One. And so Detroit takes this one by a big margin. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. And we'll see you next time.
Another game, another win. Back to work tomorrow.
I said it and I meant it. Don't know no other way. They ask me how I'm doing. Tell them I'm doing great. Cause if I really wasn't, could you help me? If I really wasn't, would you help me?